All right, welcome guys to the team call. I'm so excited to hear from all of our success starters tonight. If you don't know what a success starter is, basically what it means is you hit Success Club in any 3 months of the 6 months of being a new coach. So signing up 3 people every single month, you get to be a success starter, and it's a great way to start your business. But first, I was hoping we could start with recognition. If anyone had anyone to recognize this week, maybe your Team Cup team, maybe anything you want. I'll shut up and you guys can recognize.
So I will start. I just want to shout out my Team Cup girls. So Morgan, Ariel, Brooke, and Hannah. We just completed our free day 5-day group and we had a great response, and I'm just really proud of all the girls because this was the first time any of us did it. So yeah.
I want to shout out my new coach, Rochelle. This is her first team call, and she literally just signed up as a coach. So welcome.
Okay, I have a few. First, I want to shout out my coach, Hannah, because she posted her workout on her story and it was her first time. I don't know if she's on here, but I know that was really hard for you, and I'm so proud of you for doing it. I want to shout out Susie. She shared her transformation on her Instagram yesterday, and it was pretty crazy, so way to go. And then Brooke, because she's like the best accountability partner you could ever have.
I can go next. So literally want to shout out all of my girls. They're all either halfway to Emerald. So that's Emily, Sadie, Megan, and Lindsay. You guys are all halfway to Emerald. Lauren Sneddon is locking in Emerald on Thursday. And then Allison's 3 times Emerald.
I'll shout out my new coach, Erin. This is her very first team call. So welcome, babe. We're super excited to have you.
Piggybacking on that, I've got a brand new coach on the call. She signed up yesterday. Samantha is here, and she already has a new client. She signed up yesterday, so get it, girl.
I just want to shout out my Team Cup girls, and I want to especially shout out Karina for becoming Emerald. I'm very proud of you, and the rest of the girls. You are doing awesome. I'm seeing posting and everything, and I'm very happy with each and every single one of you. I know it's hard. I know that I find it's hard, but you guys are getting there, and I'm seeing a lot of amazing things from you girls, so I'm very proud of you guys.
Anyone? I wanted to shout out Kinsey and Kayla for signing up their first discount coaches. And Kinsey will be Emerald on Thursday. I also wanted to shout out Star. I don't know if she's on the team call, but she is officially a Success Club All-Star, which means she has hit Success Club for 12 months in a row. So congrats, Star. I do have the SC board update if I can share that with you guys.
I'll go in the meantime. I want to shout out my Dancy, who has locked in Success Club 10 already this month, and also Karina, who has hit Success Club for the first time, which makes her month 1 success starter for February.
Okay, holy crap, Alicia, SC20. And we're 8 days in. Shout out to you. And every single person on this board, we're literally only like just over a week in of Team Cup month, and you guys are doing so awesome. So shout out to everyone here. And if you're not on this board yet, don't worry. I know you will be. I know February is going to be huge for everyone, and we're just getting started. So I just wanted to share a little bit of an update here. Shelby, did we want to chat about what's going on next week, and then we'll get started?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So Shelby and I have collaborated with 3 other coaches in the network. So they've seen success within the last few years of their business or last year in their business. They're all elite coaches. They're our age, and we thought it'd be awesome to just collaborate with another team. So what's going to happen is next week, starting Monday, I believe February 15th, we're going to start an Emerald Dash. We don't have a name for it yet, but basically everyone's invited. And the group is really just to help push you in your business in the last 2 weeks of February in order to get into our Diamond Dash in March. It's not called Diamond Dash, it's called Fearless Recruiting. But really it's
Diamond,
just, again,
Diamond and Beyond.
Pardon?
So Diamond and Beyond.
Yeah, Diamond and Beyond. But basically we want you to have 4 active coaches underneath you, discount coaches or working coaches, whatever, in order to get into the group in March.
So the group starting on Monday is to help you get there. So even if you're sitting here today as a brand new coach, this group is a really awesome opportunity to be able to get additional trainings, get additional guidance. We're going to do power hours. We're going to hear from different coaches who hit Emerald and 2 times Emerald and Diamond in different lengths of time. So to get into the group starting on Monday, all you have to do is be an active coach. And then within that group, we're going to help you fulfill the requirements to get into that next group, which will be invite only. But as long as you fulfill the requirements to get into that next group, which like Shauna said is the 4 active coaches, you'll get invited. I think, like, I don't know about you guys, but we've seen so much success in the past from push groups like these. But I think doing it with another team, actually 3 other teams with so many rock stars on their teams who are students, who are working full-time jobs, who are doing the part-time jobs, there's somebody on one of those teams in the exact same position that you're in, and seeing them show up and crush it, I think how freaking inspiring, right? So really excited to see what comes out of this group in March and the next 2 weeks.
Any questions? Wow.
Quiet bunch.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're excited. We're going to have the kickoff call on the 15th. So that will be like our team call, but really we're just kicking off the call the group for the end of February. But anyways, I think we'll get started with our success starters. So we have, I didn't want to forget anyone, so I wrote everyone's name down. Charlie, Allison, Alicia, Audrey, Maya, and Brooke speaking tonight. And Allison, did I say that already? Basically, they've all saw success as a brand new coach, and we wanted to sort of interview them and have them share like how they saw success, even while being a student working full time. They're all busy, but they all made it work. So we're just going to do like a little bit of an interview, fun type of team call tonight, and feel free to like ask questions throughout. That's what they're here for. But I will start with, who should I start with? Charlie, you're staring at me. Okay, so a little introduction about yourself and then why you thought hitting success starters was non-negotiable for you and your business.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, perfect. So, hi, I'm Charlie. I'm 20 years old. I'm currently a student at Laurentian University. I'm doing a major in mathematics and a double minor in English and French literature, and I'm also doing Teachers College. Yeah, that's basically a bit about me. I started coaching at the end of July. I used to be a competitive athlete. I used to play competitive soccer. I played hockey, volleyball, all the sports, but I got a lot of concussions, so I had to stop everything cold turkey. And I just ate to cope, didn't really live a active lifestyle. And then this summer, Shannon reached out to me, and I started coaching after a few months in being a challenger. When I started coaching, basically Shannon and Star just said to me, hit Success Club, it's 3 people, it's not hard. And I was like, okay, I can do that. And then what really like got me to want to hit Success Club and like as a success starter was doing that workout program, that new workout program that you got to do with a trainer before anyone else. That was really what like enticed me. I was like, I want to do that. That's so cool. And yeah, that's basically like what motivated me. But also I'm a person that like when I start something and I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So after the first month I hit Success Club, I was like, okay, I can do this again. And I just tried to replicate what I did in the first month over and over again. And also like I just wanted, okay, this is the truth, I really wanted the Snuggie. I kid you not, that was the truth. Okay, came in the mail. Yeah. Okay. But seriously, I started like 6 months in, and so I knew that I only had 6 months to hit it and get that Snuggie. So I freaking hustled every single month so I can get the Snuggie. Asked Star and Shannon. I told them that was the only reason I was going to coach. So yeah, that's the truth.
I love that so much. Love your honesty.
Oh my gosh.
Love your honesty. Shelby, you can pick someone.
All right. So same question. Why was Success Starter non-negotiable for you? And give us a little intro of yourself, how long you've been coaching. Let's go with Maya Dancy.
Hello, how are you? All right, so for me, my name's Maya. I'm 24. I'm a graduate student at Ottawa U. And I started coaching in December, so beginning of December. So no Snuggie option for me, but that's okay. I started in the boot camps at the end of October, and at first I was really like, you know what, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this, but whatever, I need something new. Shelby's been on my butt for a couple months, so I'll give it a try. And I loved it, so I just kept going with it. I asked her, like, how can I keep getting in the next boot camp? And then she said, hey, why don't you try coaching? And I was like, I don't know, you know, this is not really, like, I just started. What do you mean? Like, I can't do it right away. She's like, no, like, girl, this is the time to start because you're familiar enough, but you're still just getting started. I'm like, yeah, what the heck? Let's just give it a shot and see what happens. And then for me, it was like, well, you know, if I'm giving it a shot, I got to see how far I can try it. And the Success Club seemed to be the checkpoint number one. I'm like, all right, checkpoint one, I can hit that. And so that I hit it in I got it almost in month one, and I said, hey, I need one more person to hit Success Club. Hey, mom, can you buy some Shakeology? Boom, done. So that's how I got started. And then I found out Success Starter. I'm like, okay, that's the next thing on my checklist. Boom, I want to get that done. So 3 months in, 3 months done. That's how it got done. Yeah, I know I'm missing out on the Snuggie.
You freaking crush it. Like, this girl, I don't know if you guys were here last week, but she locked in month 3 Success Starter on the first day of the month before 11 a.m. Okay? So if she can do that in literally probably the 4 or 5 hours that she was awake on the first day of the month, there's no excuse not to hit it. She's a brand new coach, right? There's no excuse not to hit it when you have 30 days. So Maya, you're a rock star.
Okay, so same question. This is going to be the same question for everyone, but would love to hear from Audrey, who is a full-time teacher. She is getting married, so she's also planning a wedding. Audrey, can you share a little bit about you and then also why you made Success Club non-negotiable?
Yeah, so my name is Audrey. I'm 26 years old. I'm a full-time teacher, and I've been a teacher for 3 years now. I teach grade 1-2 split this year, so it's been super chaotic with the online teaching and all that, so I'm super glad to be going back to the class next week. I've been a coach now for 8 months, and I have hit Success Club every single month since I started. Like Shauna said, I am engaged. We were supposed to get married last summer. We pushed it to this summer, so we're doing it regardless of like the numbers and everything. I was a firm believer that home workouts did not work. I tried like different apps, I've tried YouTube videos, and I was like, Beachbody is the same thing as trying any other YouTube video. So it took me a long time to jump in as a coach and to the programs. And I actually jumped in as a coach at the same time that I signed up for the programs, more so for like extra income and things like that. And I remember the first call I had with Shauna, the new coach call. And she told me, if you want to move your business forward, you have to hit Success Club. And I was like, oh, okay, what's that? She's like, 3 people. I'm like, oh, that's not that many. Like I don't know, when I signed up, I thought it would like a lot more than that. So in my head, like I had the mentality that was like, it was easy to hit, which really helped. And everyone else was doing it. So I'm a competitive person. So like when everyone else is doing it, I want to be doing the same thing or like try to like keep up with them kind of thing. And I also didn't want to pay any fees monthly out of my pocket. So I was like, you know what, if I need to be ordering shakes or whatever, like I don't want to be paying out of pocket. So I want to like, that's my minimum, is to cover that. And then anything else is like bonus. So I always had that mentality, and yeah, and I just I've hit Success Club every month.
And you've crushed it every single month. I love it. Thanks for sharing, Audrey. Shelby, go ahead.
All right, same question for Brooke.
Hello, I'm Brooke. You can see my name. I'm 20 years old. I'm a third-year student at Ottawa U studying second language teaching and psychology, so all online. I also work part-time for the government from home, and just quit my second job, so that's the only job we've got going on. I was a challenger for Beachbody since like 2019, so like I knew what this was, and I wasn't originally with this team. I was with someone else, but I think like I followed Shauna, I followed Shelby, I literally followed everyone on the team. I was a really big stalker. And then I think I saw Shelby like post about like a sneak peek, and I was like, oh, okay, it's a free info session, whatever. And so, you know, she added me into the group, and I think like the group hadn't even started yet. And I messaged Shelby and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm in, let's go. Like, let's do this. I had been doing the programs forever, so like I knew what this was. It was just like a matter of time until I actually started coaching. So I started coaching end of June, July, I think. And you know, we had that one-on-one call, and she was like, yeah, Emerald and Success Club is like the first two things to look out for. And I was like, okay, got it. And honestly, I didn't start seeing success until like the third month into my business. I work really well under pressure. So the most successful months I've had have been when I was back in school. I joined in the summer, but it wasn't until like I started working 2 jobs and I was in school full time that I actually like doubled down on the coach work. So like even as I got busier, I got more successful with my business, which don't really know how that worked, but it did. So I don't even remember what once I hit it, but I hit Success Starter just because it was like the thing, like Shelby was like, okay, you got to do this. And I was like, okay, great, let's freaking go. So let's do it. It was just like a no brainer. Like, you're a new coach, this is what you're doing. And I was like, okay, hype me up, let's go. So that's how I hit that. And I was seeing everybody else hitting it too, hitting Success Club. Seeing that leaderboard like with your name on it was like firing me up, and I was like, okay, like this is a team thing. Seeing everybody else do it, yeah, that's how I started.
You kill me. You literally kill me. You're too funny. I think we're missing one last person. 2 more? Okay, you go, Shauna.
We have Allison and Alicia left, so whoever wants to go. Allison?
Oh, I can go. The internet cuts out, I'm sorry. So I've been a coach on this team for 6 months, but I was actually on a different team before this. And that's kind of where my story started. I was a challenger, of course, at first. I lost 25 pounds. My old coach reached out to me and was like, do you want to coach? And I said, sure, but there was no training. There was no community. I had no idea what Emerald even was. I was hitting Success Club because people were reaching out to me. Like, I didn't do anything. And then I seen this team at Coach Summit, and I was like, okay, I need this. Like, I'm doing the work somewhat, so I need to do better. So I reached out to Shauna, but of course I had to quit for 6 months. So that was literally so hard. I also earned the success trip before I quit, and I waited till the day they canceled the trip, and I was like, Shauna, I'm ready. So then I waited the 6 months, and so that's kind of where I built up a lot of momentum, but it wasn't until like, I think it was September I started, and I made that switch. I remember my first team call, I was like, because I had no idea what a team call even was. I made that switch from like doing it as a hobby coach to a business. And that's mainly where I see my success. It's just non-negotiable to hit Success Club. Like, I didn't even really know what Success Starter was either, because I didn't have it before. It was just mainly like, I want to earn that trip again, and just non-negotiable.
Not only did you make Success Starter non-negotiable, but this girl hit Diamond in the same month she hit Success Starter. She's a firehouse. Thank you, Alicia. And then Allison.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. I'm Allison. Apparently, I'm the grandma in this group. I'm 31. I started with Beachbody in May 2019 under Alicia when she was with the first coach. It all started, I was in a weight loss challenge at work, and they're renovating my apartment building, sorry. I did a weight loss challenge at work, and I was like, if I hit my goal weight, like I'm gonna have the perfect body. I got to the end of the weight loss challenge and I won, and I hated my body still. So Alicia reached out to me like that exact week and asked if I wanted to join. So I stuck with her all the way, and then this summer when she couldn't be a coach anymore, she messaged me and was like, come September, I'm becoming a coach and you are too, like pretty much. You don't have a choice, like you've been killing it, so you're gonna be a coach. I'm truly sorry. And then for Success Starter, what really pushed me is the test group, like knowing that I was going to be able to be in like a test group. And then January Super Weekend, when they announced that January, February, you would be in that test group, like that just lit fire. And I was like, I'm hitting it this month. There's no doubt about it. So now I get to be in that test group and I'm super excited about it.
Good job, girl. That's so exciting. But actually, like being a part of a test group is actually like a newer thing. So I'm pumped that you guys get to do that. All right, next question. What does a day in a life of coaching look like for you? Whether you're a student, you're working, and how do you fit coaching into your life? So I'll pick somebody random. Brooke.
Okay, so my like schedule with coaching has kind of changed just because like with school, I can't work set hours all the time, same with work. So I typically, like I have my business activity tracker printed out. I wake up with the morning crew in the morning. So I'll typically do like, yeah, woo woo. So I'll like do follows and unfollows like in the morning while I'm still half asleep, because that's like mindless work. Like I can do that like while I'm not paying attention. And then I like to sit down and like grind out like an hour, like a power hour basically, because I find like I can do like connections and stuff like, in breaks in my day, but like to actually like sit down and focus, like that's just how I roll. I gotta like sit down and like make sure I'm all organized. So I typically do a power hour like at the end of the night. As of recent, it's me and Charlie just like, screaming at each other on Zoom, getting our shit done. But sometimes it's like, honestly, I kid you not, that's what it is. But I'll like, before I quit my job, I would come home from like a 5-hour shift and just like bust out some invites before I had to go to bed or whatever. Cause again, I wake up early morning for the sunrise crew. So, but just making sure that that is checked off at the end of the day, whether I get it done in an hour or slowly throughout the day, but I make sure that it's done and that my invites as well are done. Like invites for sure, non-negotiable for me.
I feel like the thing that is really important if you're taking notes as a new coach or someone who wants to build your business is she uses her business activity tracker and it's printed with her. Like no matter what her life looks like, no matter how crazy it is, I know that Brooke has always used that business activity tracker as like her Bible, right, for this business. And so I think that's why she has seen so much success. And I think another thing to note if you're a brand new coach on here is that Brooke and Charlie have developed a really awesome relationship, and they met from being on this team. And what it took was one of them reaching out to the other to be success partners and knowing that they had similar goals, and then keeping each other accountable. And that's how they've grown in friendship, is through the business, which I think is really, really cool. It's also how me and Shauna are close friends too. So I love to see that happen on our team. Shauna, I'm thinking we should just spitball these questions and not have everybody answer all of them. Cool. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's do one more of the same question to someone who maybe has a different groove. What about Audrey? What does your day in the life of coaching look like?
So it's changed when I've been like online teaching. So I'll just like go back to what it usually is when I'm in class teaching. I always wake up at 5 a.m. With the morning crew as well. And I will do my morning routine, get my workout out of the way so that at night I can do the rest of like the coaching work. But also throughout the day when the kids are at recess or during my lunch, I usually avoid people at lunch anyway because of COVID. So I will literally eat lunch by myself and like follow people, unfollow people, answer messages, send some invites if I can. But I normally just keep invites for at night when I can actually like focus, sit down and focus. So at night I will put in like 1 to 2 hours, depending, like I'm usually watching TV or something at the same time. So I say 1 to 2 hours. Like if I'm not doing something at the same time, then it's like 1 hour of like straight work. And that's when I do all my invites, and anything else. I try to like create posts or whatever for like the week, because I find that's like the hardest thing is like finding content to post. So that's kind of my day. I try to do like most of it throughout the day, but I will do like a bigger chunk at night. And another thing is like Dan knows that I either have a team call or a power hour, and he will literally be like, team call, power hour tonight? And I'm like, yep, it's happening. So I think it helps knowing like the people around you know that this means a lot to you and that like they give you that time.
Love that. So true. Another thing too, Audrey and Alicia actually met through like Beachbody and like coaching, and they've been able to connect, and they're also success partners. So that's another cool way to help them see success and like be confident and support each other. So I love that. Okay, next question. Alicia, I'm going to ask you this question because you always, you're hitting high SC numbers. So I'm going to ask you, how many invites are you sending a day, and where did your first 9 customers come from? Was it like your warm market, a free group? Was it your family, your friends?
Yeah, so like I said before, I was a coach before, but just like an important thing is consistency is key. Like I know we say that a lot, but it is. Like for those 6 months that I wasn't able to coach, I was still showing up every single day for my challengers, which I wasn't getting paid for, and for just on my social media. Like I was posting my workout every day, like non-negotiable, my workouts. I was still showing people, like I was still showing up, and I never made a fitness account. So it was just my normal account, and literally probably 70% of the people I show up or that I sign up are people that I know, like warm market, like people that like from my hometown. I think like building that trust is huge. Like if you're showing up once, twice a week, you're not going to probably, like someone's not going to want to sign up with you. I think so, yeah, like building that consistency and that trust with those people that I already like followed, that helped me a lot with my first couple months, obviously. Now I'm probably sending out 40 to 50 a day. Non-negotiable, I make it like 30. Like either way, that's happening. I have to count them, that's happening. But if on a good day, if I'm just on a roll, it's about 50. But yeah, like that consistency is key. Like I know it's sometimes hard to like post those workouts, but just if you're not showing up, they're not going to want to sign up with you. And follow-ups too.
So true, right? Like if you're not showing up, somebody else on their feed is. All right, let's ask the same question to Maya Dancy, because I know you are a brand new coach. What does your like invite situation look like, and where have your first handful of customers come from?
So because I'm so new, I'm still trying to grow like my customer base and things like that. So my invite isn't quite as high. So I try and do 50 a day of invites, connections, follow-ups. So as I start to grow that a bit more, I'll be separating it out, but 50 initiations or contacts in some way. And it'll be more like invite based. If I have like a boot camp coming up, earlier on, it was more like connections and just like telling people more about what I was doing. But most of my customers have come from my warm market. So either friends or like people I used to work with or things like that. Few I got is like when you hit Success Club 1 month, the next month you get customer leads. So what I did was I reached out to my customer leads. I usually don't get a response back, but if I did, I offered them a completion package, and I got some Success Club points that way as well.
That is awesome. Can I ask you, when it's your warm market people signing up, are they people you ever expected to sign up, or are they people that kind of you lost touch with through social media? Or you
Bit of both. So the most of them have been people I'm like, okay, I used to dance with you. I know you used to do like rugby, and things like that. But a couple of them I haven't talked to for a few years, and they're like, hey, like, are you still doing your boot camp? Like, what's going on with that? I'm like, hey, cool, perfect. Like, come on in. And then a few, because like I'm a grad student, I don't know if there's more of you on the call. I'm sure there is, but it's very like lonely and in front of your computer all the time. So I use that a lot for when I'm connecting with people who I'm in school with. I'm like, hey, like, I know it kind of sucks. Like, we're not doing anything. Let's find some way to hang out together, and find something and give a bit more routine in our day.
Love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
Just on that note, Shelby, so like just on a comment, so I just ran a free group and I invited, because you think you're scared of those people, like there's people that you're scared to invite. So I thought like the free group, I just invited them, like I just sent them the link, and that's how I just hit like such high numbers. Were mainly people I know of who I was too scared to invite, so I put them in the free group and they all ended up wanting to sign up. So just a tip, like if you're too scared to maybe invite them to that, maybe run a free group and throw them in there and see what they think.
Love that. Free groups are actually like super important, and even like going in, like not always going in with the expectation of like all of them are going to sign up, but even if they don't sign up, you're still planting a seed, right? So I feel like free groups are still really important. Okay, next question this will be for Allison and Charlie. How do you stay organized in your business?
Okay, I can go first if you want. So I'm really busy. I have around 10 hours of class every day just because I'm doing a test program for the school. So it's really important for me to stay organized. I also get up with the morning crew. I also get up at 4:45 and start my day. And the first thing I do every morning is I time block my day. So I have the Rise Up planner where you can actually, it's like, the hours are already there. You just have to kind of fill it in. And I'll put everything like my schoolwork, all that stuff that I know I can't change, but I also make sure that I put time for my business. For me personally, I don't do little pockets during the day. I do it all in one chunk at night. So I make sure that every night I'm going to do my business that way. So that's like the first thing I do to organize. I also just started using Google Streaks because Brooke converted me. So I'm going to start doing that as well. And that way I can just keep track of like people I've invited, people I follow up. But before that, I did it all like pen and paper. So I wrote down everyone I invited. I wrote down everyone that was interested. I wrote down like a hot list for the next month, just so I had people to reach out to invite for the following months. And I always have like my bat printed out, because obviously if you don't have that out, you're not going to know what to do, and that's super key in staying organized. I also have like a desk calendar where I put everything. I personally, anyone who's interested in anything with Beachbody, I offer them a one-on-one on Zoom. So the second they say yes, I write it down on a calendar. So I just kind of have like different calendars everywhere, and that way just I stay organized because I have like my daily thing with my time blocking, and then my monthly thing with my calendar as well.
Yeah, time blocking, excuse me, is super important and like has helped me, and like I know a lot of other people, especially if you're busy. If you don't have it on your calendar, then you'll most likely not get it done with. So I love that. Allison, how do you stay organized in your business?
I think the biggest starter was I created like a desk area. Because before I was just like laying on my couch or laying on my bed, and then I realized I really need like a thing just for coaching. So I just changed my dining room table I never used into like a desk area. And then I'm a paper and pen girl, so I have like notebooks, I have a calendar, and I write like who I signed up, and if it's a discount coach, like when they won't be a discount coach anymore. I do everything in pockets of times. Like if I work full time, so if I have breaks at work, I'll do stuff then. And then my daily tracker, I think Alicia showed me this, put it in like a plastic sleeve, and then it's like dry erase. So then I can do that. So if I did stuff at work, then I'll come home and check it right off, and then I'll take like the hour when I get home from work before dinner to finish up the rest of this stuff. Simple.
I love the, oh, me and Shauna, We have the same brain. I swear we do. I was going to say, I love the creating a space to work, because I think that's super important. And if you're not someone who, is maybe working from home right now or doing school from home, you might not have that already. And I think that's definitely a game changer. So that's a really, really good tip. Okay, next question. We'll do this one. We'll wrap it up with everybody, I think, answering this question because it's a good one. So what has coaching done for you, and what do your future goals look like for coaching? If you had to just like sum it up, give us the Cliff's Notes of, what has this done for you and what are we going to see from you in the next year or so? Let's start with Alicia.
All right, so without being dramatic, like it literally has changed my life. I am a full-time student, so it's caused me, like, I don't have to go back to work part-time. Like I'm able to work from home literally and have enough income to pay for the basics. Like I've met my best friends. I've found a passion in like what I'm like, something that I like literally have a passion for and where I belong. It's crazy. Like, see, it sounds cliche, you hear this all the time, but it's so true. For future, so I am going to school to be a teacher. I just from these 6 months of coaching, I honestly do not want to full-time teach. I want to supply teach, hopefully full-time coach or part-time coach, and just be a full-time, being able to be at home with my kids. It's been 6 months and I've already thought these things. So it's just crazy. And just the income, I've earned my biggest paycheck more than my part-time job. And it's again been only 6 months. I'm able to pay for my groceries. I own a house with my fiance, so I'm able to contribute without having to work, which is huge.
All of the goosebumps. I love that. Oh my gosh. I always love to hear everyone's stories with what they want to do with coaching because everyone's is different. Brooke.
Okay, for me, I think I've had the biggest mental transformation ever. You don't a lot of you didn't, well, a lot of you don't know me now, but who I was 6 months ago, pre-COVID, pre-everything, is so crazy. The transformation I have seen. I've had my best friends reach out to me and say the growth we have seen of you throughout the past 6 months has been crazy. And when other people see it too, it's not just you that feels it. I am so proud of who I am becoming. My stepmom thinks this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I think I'm just growing into the person who I didn't think I could ever become, which I think is really crazy and huge and exciting. So yeah, that's what it's done for me. I've met so many amazing people that I get to see every day. In terms of future, I have always worked 2 jobs. I'm crazy, so I just overwork myself. What's new? But I've started the goal for 2021 basically was to make coaching the second job so that I didn't have to work 2 jobs and then come coach when I came home. And I quit my second job a few weeks ago because I started to see myself out making what I made at my other part-time job. And I was like, okay, well, I could quit that and then make more time to coach, which is just so crazy for me. I didn't ever think this was going to be able to be considered a solid income. Yes, it's a side thing that I do and I love it. But now it's actually a job. When people ask me what I do for work, I say, oh, I work for the government and I also have my own business on Instagram, I coach. So yeah, just seeing that growth, and eventually, if it could be my only job, that would be wonderful. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Love that. Love these stories. Okay, let's go to Allison.
My would definitely be my confidence and my self-esteem. Before, I didn't even have Instagram before. I got rid of it for so long because I just couldn't really handle it mentally or whatever. So now to be showing up every single day, posting workout videos, that has been huge for me. So definitely, yeah, my confidence, my self-esteem has been the biggest changing with coaching. Even reaching out to people, I'm a super shy person, so being on this call tonight is huge for me. Pink Whitney helped me out with that one. And then for the future, I honestly just want to keep changing people like I've been changed. And like seeing like in my challenge group, like seeing how I've been like motivating and inspiring people. Like I just want to keep doing that. And also like for the pay, I'm someone who like hates debt. Like I hate debt. Like I hate if my credit cards are like $100, I lose my mind. So like being able to like pay that down like every Thursday, or like pay down like my line of credit, it's been amazing.
I totally relate to public speaking. Like before, I was also very shy and scared to speak. So I promise you it'll get a lot easier. Thanks for sharing. Audrey.
So coaching has done a lot for me. But one thing is just like it gives me so much hope to like live this life that like I always dreamed of living in the future. And I've always been into fitness, so this is literally like a dream for me. Also is like my mindset. I used to like care so much about what people thought of me, like that it used to dictate everything I did. And now like I couldn't give two shits. So that was like a huge thing of how I've changed. I've met literally my best friends on this team, and I literally couldn't imagine life without them now. So that's pretty awesome. My goals at the beginning, I thought if I can go down to like part-time teaching, that would be great for like later on when I have kids and things like that. But now I'm like starting to really imagine what it would be like to like be a full-time coach and like not have to teach. And the one team call a while ago, when I don't know if it was on the Inspire one, when it was a teacher, and she was like, when she had kids, she realized like she can't be a good teacher and then be a good mom, because teaching just takes up so much time if you really want to like be an amazing teacher. Because like I work my ass off right now being a teacher, and like I work all night, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not gonna be able to do this when I have kids, because like obviously kids come first, and then I'll be a shitty teacher. So it just like makes me excited to like possibly be a full-time coach one day.
Love that. Okay, Maya.
Dang, so many like stories here. For me, it's still really new for me. So coaching, I feel, has given me just a new way to connect with people, a new way to show up for myself, and keep myself accountable. I feel like somewhat of a shift in like my mindset and my confidence. But when I have my friends reaching out to me and they're saying, girl, like your stories, like even in the past week, like I see you showing up better, like I see you connecting better, like that's really awesome. Or when they say like, I wasn't going to work out today, but then I saw you show up and that made me want to do it. It's these little things of messages that are just coming into me that starts making me feel like, okay, like this is really good. There's something really special here. So it's still getting used to that, I think, and seeing what can come of this. For me, it's just been also a nice place of a community these couple months. My life is pretty much in this room unless I'm doing my workout. So that's pretty nice. For the future, I haven't thought about it as much as some of these people have. But I know that it's definitely something I want to keep sharing with people. It's something that I love to do. And also as a student right now, like I was on leave from my job because of school, and then COVID hit, so I couldn't work at the university anymore. So definitely having something that gives me structure and that gives me some kind of an income is totally beneficial. Not gonna lie about that. Yeah, and for me, just seeing how each month comes, one next step at a time to see how far I can build my business.
Awesome, Maya. Thanks for sharing. I love that you shared the community part, because like I feel like I don't even know what I would be doing right now if I didn't have coaching. Like I'm going crazy being at home. I literally can't wait till this is over. So even like nights like this, like it literally lifts my spirit. So I love that. And Charlie.
There we go. What has coaching done for me? Well, like Alicia, like it's literally changed my life. And I know like that sounds so cheesy, but like I'm a total different person. Last year when I was in university, I was emotionally like unstable. I was crying over the dumbest things. I was just not coping with life very well. Whereas this year, life is way more stressful, and I actually am coping pretty freaking well. And also like the physical change. I went from being a competitive athlete to almost being 200 pounds. Okay, like I really let myself go, and I brought my weight back down to like my athlete weight. So that is like huge for me because I was like in an identity crisis. So there's that. It also the income. I'm a student with a disability with all my concussions, and I do a lot of experimental treatment. My parents' insurance covers that for now, but it's not always going to cover that. And so the stress of like paying for those treatments and putting myself through school. So having this on the side super nice because I could save up money for the treatments that I will need in the future. And I'm also a debt-free student right now, which is huge, and I want to keep it that way. And another thing, last week I found out that my program was being canceled, my university program. So I'm back to square one. And so knowing that I have this on the side is kind of something that's kept me going instead of just being like in my bed, like sad, like, oh my gosh, all this work for nothing. It's kind of kept me out of that. So that's super positive as well. Now, what the heck do I want to do with coaching? That's kind of a hard question for me because I've always wanted to be a teacher. That's like my one ultimate goal. I don't see a life with me not being a teacher because I've worked so far and so hard to come this far. Like I almost didn't graduate university. So I think I still want to become or graduate high school. Holy heck, I can't talk. But I want to become a teacher, and I love coaching so much, and I love being busy. So I think I would do both. I don't think I'd go full-time coaching, but I'm also still new, and like the world's the limit, and that could obviously change. But I do always see coaching like in my life because it has changed my life. I've made amazing friendships, and it's just been a game changer. It's given me purpose, and yeah.
I love you. You're the best. You guys like rocked this. Some of you were so nervous and you did so well. But I want to open it up to some questions. If there's like anyone that had questions, like new coaches on here that you wanted to ask someone. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Okay. So one of you were mentioning like a free group. And I mean, like, I can put the gist together that you're obviously offering like a space for free workouts and stuff, but what else does that entail, and where do you get those free workouts from? Are you just like sharing certain links that you already have?
So I can answer that because we just did one, and we did a 5-day free group, and Beachbody actually has free sample workouts. I'm sure someone could send them to you, and then we posted every day just to give them the gist of what our accountability groups are like. So we posted a workout, a podcast, a recipe, and I think that was it. And then we went on each one of, because there was 5 of us, we went on and just told our story. And then we encouraged them to post their sweaty selfies just so there was that engagement. And then we gave a prize at the end of the week.
So you really just try to like give that sense of community for a week.
That was the main thing, is just showing the community and just showing how it's changed you.
Thanks.
Can I ask a question? So I was just wondering, how are some of you guys inviting? I mean, I'm kind of like, I've been using my Instagram stories and my followers, but I'm kind of running out of people. How do you guys get through that?
I can share. So I actually do something that a lot of people don't do, but it's worked for me, and I actually dry invite people. So what I do is all my invites are the same, but I started off with asking them how they're doing with the pandemic. I know a lot of people are struggling. How are they doing mentally? How are they doing physically? And at the end, I throw in that I'm running a boot camp. And honestly, I was scared to do that at first, but I find personally that's the same people that are always watching my stories, same people always liking my posts. So you kind of run out of those people. And honestly, I haven't gotten any negative feedback. If people aren't interested, they still answer how they're doing. You know, a lot of people are saying, you know what, I am struggling, the pandemic shit, or they tell me their life story. I'm like, okay. But people are really connecting that way. And that's kind of what I started doing, just because I was at the same position. I was like inviting on my stories. I was inviting to people that were following me and stuff like that. So I started the dry inviting. I had seen a call that someone had done it, and this invite's worked better for me than any other invite I've ever done.
I also just want to jump in real quick to that, because Charlie led a power hour a couple weeks ago and she shared like that invite. So I tailored it a bit for some dry invites, and it didn't get anybody recruited, but it definitely got people talking. So it definitely worked. So thanks, Charlie.
I can share the invite if you guys want, just like change it to make it sound like you. Just give me a hot sec.
You guys are so dang cute. Oh my gosh. I think the thing that's important too is that different things work for different people, right? And so I think it's really easy to be like, oh, Shauna does it this way or Shelby does it this way, so that should work for me too. And that's not always the case, right? So I love that Charlie has taken it into her own hands and found something that's worked for her. You obviously know how Shauna and I invite from leading power hours. There's also a lot of new coaches who have seen success from running those free groups and offering people free value before ever inviting them to the bootcamp group for a paid opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead on behalf of all these girls and volunteer them for your questions in the DMs also. If you have questions, reach out to these people, right? Like, they're on our team. That's what our team is here for. And if you want to pick their brains, like, they have a proven track record of success, right? So feel around for what's going to work best for you, and then reach out to people who you know are seeing success with that thing and ask them for their tips. But there's definitely a ton of different ways you can do this.
Can I just add also that I found like sharing like your life, not just like coaching in your story. Like, say like yesterday, I'm a big football fan, so like posting about Super Bowl got a lot of people to reach out to me, and then you can go like talk to them from there too. So like I have found that has helped a lot as well, like getting people that like have like common interests with you, because then you can talk to them and like build the conversation and then kind of sneak it in there.
I see in the chat someone had asked for like a tip. My biggest tip would be offering Zoom one-on-one calls to everyone who's interested in information. That has been a game changer for my business, and 90% of people that I have a Zoom with sign up. So what I do is, the second they say they want more info, I give them all the info, and at the end I say, if you're interested, I'd love to plan a Zoom call. I can explain everything a little bit better. I can share my screen. I can show you the programs. And during that Zoom call, at the beginning, I just ask them about themselves. I share a bit more about myself, so it's not weird or less weird. And then I share my screen. I show them the programs. I show them the bod groups. I show them the nutrition, and people are like, oh my gosh, okay, you know, it's one thing to say, okay, there's 80 plus programs and community, but when you show them, they're convinced.
Yeah, I agree. Again, jumping on what Charlie said, I've done that for a couple times too. And you can also like set up the share a cart with them right away. If they're like, yeah, okay, like I want to sign up. You